Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we have another LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens video for you. This one happens to be for Level 5, Maz's Castle Story. We are going to ring off a trophy achievement for completing the level. It's called Eyes of a Man Who Wants to Run. We're also going to shoot for that true Jedi requirement of 100k, but guess what? We fall a little short, as you can see by the gold brick totals on the right. We do get a couple of character and vehicle tokens for completing the level, and we do unlock a handful for purchasing in the hub. So speaking of hubs, here we are inside the Millennium Falcon Hub, and we're going to follow the old guide studs to lead us to some sort of a mess Han is talking about. And we're going to switch over to Chewie and rip on those strength handles and go ahead and pull it back. That's kind of a weird one. It's almost like it's got a rubber band on the inside. Boing. And once we open the door, we actually find ourselves, well, having to take out a handful of Minocs. Looks like there are 6 of them throughout this next couple of rooms. So we target a handful of them with Chewie's pew-pewy. And look at that. We've got 3 of them already taken out. There goes another one. And these next 2 are kind of tricky. They're kind of hiding. One's on the back wall behind us. And look at that one. That one's up on the upper right wall there. And so we're going to have to turn around now, Chewie. Look out. It's behind you. Oh, we're going to go ahead and toss one of our grenades over there and blow up that pile of bricks, which is something we need to get to here in a second. But, oh, look at that. There we go. We got ourselves a Minoc. And, all right, they're gone. So we can see that that has sorted out the issue, and it's kind of cueing us that we need to take out some silver blocks there. But we've already taken out a pile of rubbish, and there is a gold brick behind it. Now, we normally don't get any of the free roam stuff during these little mini hub runs that are kind of introducing us to these hubs in between the story levels. But this one, it seemed wrong not to grab it. I mean, we blasted it open, and there it was, and hey, why not? Speaking of which, we need a handful of those gold bricks in order to access the new Star Wars adventures. So, you can see right there, we are 1 shy of, well, actually, excuse me, we're 21 shy of being able to enter that one. A handful of these start at 10. I don't know actually how many they are that start at 10, but there is at least one that starts at 10, and I believe Dougie was saying they each go up by 10. So the first one starts at 10, then it goes to 20 and 30. So that's probably the 3rd one they expect us to do. And all right. Here is that silver brick pile that we saw during that little cinematic scene after we took out all the Minocs, and now we've destroyed that with Chewie's grenade. And look at that, we got some bricks so we could build up a little BB-8 terminal here so we can get our, look at this, oh, speedy, speedy, speedy. We're going to go ahead and move this giant, I don't know, it's like a computer top or robot head or something all the way over. And look at that, it's connected. And we're good to go. Chewie's happy, as you can see, with a smile on his face. Han is also happy, waiting for us. Now we can just head back to the old cockpit, I believe. I think that's where we got to go. And we're going to follow it, basically the guide stud trail all the way back till we get that hologram-like. Oh, there it is. Oh, we can walk in and press the Swinkle button, and it'll go ahead and, ooh, take us to the galaxy map. Now, it's telling us where we want to go, but I want to go to Tuan Kiti just because it sounds fun to say. But we'll go ahead and go to Takatana instead. And look at that, Maz's Castle, Chapter 5, and we'll go ahead and select yes. Ooh, yes, we want to play. How many times do you want to ask us? Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and take off. Chapter 5, let the text roll.
So, fugitives, huh?
The First Order wants the map. Finn is with the Resistance. I'm just a scavenger.
See what you got. This map's not complete. It's just a piece. Ever since Luke disappeared, people have been looking for him.
Why did he leave?
He was training a new generation of Jedi. One boy, an apprentice, turned against him and destroyed it all.
The Jedi were real.
The Force, the Jedi, all of it. It's all true. This is our stop.
I didn't know there was this much green in the whole galaxy.
Chewie, check out the ship as best you can. Want to get BB-8 to the Resistance? Maz Kanat is our best bet. You might need this.
All right, when the chapter officially begins, we find ourselves outside of the castle, and there's all sorts of things to smash and tons of studs to grab. And as you guys know, we are on the quest for 1 million studs right now so that we can purchase our 2x red brick and start really stacking up them studs. But so we want to go ahead and take out quite a few of the items out here and reveal a whole bunch of studs. And along the way, we actually uncover some rats. Turns out there are 3 spots in the outer courtyard area here where there are rats. And each of the 3 spots has 3 rats, totaling 9 rats. And once you uncover the rats, there's pretty much no way of getting around it. Look, I was trying, because once you get all 9, you get a mini kit. And of course, we're in story, so I'm trying to avoid the mini kits. And look at me, I'm trying to hightail it out of here and run from that little swamp rat. But truth be told, he is pretty quick. So look at that. There's no shaking him. And unfortunately, I have to take him out. So now it was just up to me to make sure that I did not uncover the 3rd and final rat pack, which actually happens to be up to the left-hand side of this area right here. So if you are looking for that mini kit, definitely go up to the kind of left side of the stairway up there. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and use our quadnoculars to go ahead and scan this statue on the right-hand side, and it reveals a grapple hook. So we'll go ahead and use our grapple to rip it down, and look at this. We've got a whole bunch of bouncing bricks, and it turns out it's a multi-build. So we'll go ahead and build the one closest to the tree here first, which actually happens to be a BB-8 charge shock panel. I guess it's not a BB-8, it's just a shock panel. So we'll go ahead and balance our arrow in the yellow zone there. The yellow zone is for balancing only. And once we get that completed, look at that. It powers up this giant go-go gadget arms, and it shakes the tree. And, whoa! It made mincemeat out of that tree, and now we've got a climbing wall that we can access with Ray. So we'll go ahead and get our climb on. Now, check it out. There are a handful of golds along the left-hand side, and although you can't get all the way over there, you are able to get close enough in order to retrieve them. So make sure you go all the way up top, too, to get those bluesies. And hey, there is a mini kit inside that little nook there. Of course, we are skipping the mini kits for now, so we're going to go ahead and do a butt slam and take out that planter, which drops a bunch of bricks down below and allows us to build up this crazy like spout. And now all of a sudden there's all this water, and what's that all a spout? And all right, we've got another multi-build here. So we've got a butt slam to take out the first one, and the second one reveals another electricity panel. So we'll switch back to BB-8, and we'll go ahead and pump it up by balancing in the yellow. And look at that, it sprays all over the place. And yeah, wakes up the giant blocking the door there. And the guard then, I guess he gets frustrated and walks inside. Now, for us, notice we are sticking to the far right side. And that's because we wanted to make sure we did not activate that 3rd set of rats. So we're being very careful not to get them. And you can either get them or not.
Han Solo!
Oh, boy.
Hey, Maz.
I assume you need something. Desperately.
Maz, I need you to get this droid to Leia.
No. You've been running away from this fight for too long.
What fight?
Against the dark side. Through the ages, I've seen evil take many forms. The Sith, the Empire. Today, it is the First Order.
There is no fight against the First Order. Not one we can win. We all need to run.
You see those two? They'll trade work for transportation to the Outer Rim. There, you can disappear.
I'm not resistance. I'm not a hero.
Finn!
Next up, we have to display our shooting skills. But we're going to grab a handful of studs real quick before we do that. Now, as you advance around, we're going clockwise around the room. And if you notice, there's like these weird, I don't know if they're trolls or what the heck they are, but they are not allowing us to pass. And so we're going to keep on keeping on around the room here. And as you can see, there's a little scan point there, but we're going to skip that for now, too. We're actually going to talk to Ethano, and he basically says that we can't shoot. He says we can't hit the broadside of a barn, that we got stormtrooper syndrome. So we've got, 45 seconds to take out 10 targets. And boy, with my aim, the way it was, the auto aim feature does not seem to target all of these. So some of them it kind of did, but I don't know how to explain it. You had to be close enough to the target for it to work. But I was starting to wonder, boy, is 45 seconds going to be enough for me to get all of these? And I started to go into panic mode, but all of a sudden my pew-pew skills all of a sudden increased. And look at that, 15 seconds to spare. And we both dance a little jig here. And Ufano walks off and actually takes Finn and I believe Han with him. And we don't see the... Oh, no, that's right. Han stays with us because we need him to scan that spot that we discovered while walking clockwise around the room. Now, there is a table in the corner, and of course, as in most hidden out-of-sight corners, there's almost always a bluesy, so we pick that up. And now we're just smashing everything in our path, making our way back to the scan point, which is actually going to, it's going to give us some... What is it going to give us? Let's see here. Quadnoculars... Let's see. No, we're not interested in teddy bears. Not interested in bad guys with bad hairdos. Oh, look at this. Oh, we've got a saw blade above what appears to be like a fireplace. But it turns out it's not a saw blade. It's another electric panel. So we'll go ahead and balance in the yellow zone. And, well, look at that. It creates like this flaming heart. Oh, isn't it lovely? And spits out a few bricks that are actually a multi-build bricks. So that works out. So we've got choices now. We're going to start off by creating this jumping like bellows in the back, and as long as you jump on it and press and hold the jump button, you'll get your boing on, and it'll bounce you up to that purple. So doing well. We got 42,990, but not quite enough to get that true Jedi. Not yet anyway. So here's another one of those, I guess the bellows is what we're calling them. And this stokes the fire up big time. And look at that. Hey! Oh, it turns out they were just hangry. You know, when you're really hungry and you become angry, hangry. And look at that. Once they got some food, they are all of a sudden A-okay. So it's like, you know what it was? They just needed a Snickers bar. And now we can go ahead and destroy that table they were lurking on, and it actually gives us access into the upper area of the room. And now we can see we need this red cup. Let's see here. Where are we going to find a red cup? My guess is probably not on the walls there, Brian, as I'm shooting everything I can. But really what I'm trying to do is just destroy everything and get as many studs as possible, because even though I only have 50,000, 50,000 is a little bit of a chunk, getting closer to that 1 million mark needed for that 2x red brick that we picked up a level or two ago. I guess it was last level, wasn't it? All right, all the way down in this lower area, we can smash this glowing box, and all of a sudden we've got multi-build bricks. So we're going to start by building the right side first, which actually gives us a staff switch. So we'll go ahead and insert raise staff, and then it actually allows us to lift the gates, and all of a sudden we got a hatch available. So we'll switch on over to BB-8, and BB-8 will sneak on through because he's so small. And look at this, we've got a little hack terminal in the back. It's another one of those little rotary terminals, but this one's different. This one actually gives us a puzzle, and it's kind of like, connect the dots, la la la. That's basically what we're doing. We just got to get the pathway connected here, and as it turns out, the bottom path will do just fine, and all of a sudden we've got stuff a-flowing, and oh no, it's spewing everywhere. So that's kind of bad news, but at the same time, it's good news, because what we need to do now is smash that multi-build and actually build a, I guess it's, I don't know if it's, I guess it's the link. It's the missing glass link right there to connect those two tubes. But instead, I got a little overzealous here, and I do a butt slam in front of all these guys that were patiently waiting for their coffee. And it looks like I upset a bunch, and now they're all wanting to fight. So now I'm like running around thinking that I missed this red cup. Like for some reason, I was thinking I needed the red cup in order to like catch the flowing coffee coming out of there, which makes absolutely no sense when you really think about it. But in panic mode, when I know I'm recording, trying to make a video for everybody and trying to be as perfect as possible, I was kind of starting to panic like, oh my gosh, I totally missed this thing. It's got to be back here in one of these boxes. And No, it wasn't. It was right where it was supposed to be, and I'll figure that out here sooner than later. But hey, the good news is I am stacking up some more studs. It's just too bad I don't have a multiplier to help me stack those up, because I'd be really off to a good start if I had a multiplier going. But soon enough, soon enough. In fact, it looks like we're going to have a multiplier brick active before we get all the way through our story mode. Now, I'm just guessing, but I'm assuming we're going to get a couple 100,000 studs between now and the final epilogue level. Now, all right, I finally figured out butt slam on the old multi-build. I build up the old connecting piece, and look at that. We've got a power, and ooh, all these guys have been waiting patiently are going to have to wait longer because Han walks up and takes his drink.
I guess I can spare a few minutes.
Who's the girl?
All right, so I can't help but feel like this game was kind of channeling its inner Tomb Raider or perhaps inner Nathan Drake, which is from the Uncharted series, if you're unfamiliar with Mr. Drake. But essentially it goes all like, you know, Tomb Raider style here. I mean, I know this totally coincides with the movie, The Force Awakens, that is. And it totally is doing what it's supposed to be doing. However, it makes us solve a couple of puzzles, and I don't know why. It just kind of has that feeling to it. So if that's what they were going for, yay, good job. If it wasn't, hey, either way, it felt good to me. I really like this little segment here. It was a little tricky solving the puzzle, but yeah, and this multi-build is not the puzzle. It's just a couple of different ways to listen to music in this hallway. In fact, you got the jukebox and the old, what do they call those things? Not a megaphone. I'll think of it at some point. Anyhow, we've got some more swamp rats, I think that's what they are, coming out of nowhere attacking us. I don't see no swamp either, but we'll just call them rats. But we get all the way down to the end of the hallway, and we can destroy all this stuff and debris and rebuild it back up into a BB-8 rotary access panel here. And we can get our roll on, and look at that. It actually, you're supposed to push to the right with the stick, and it opens up just enough for us to slide on through with Ray. And look at that, we've got some bricks that we can find, and hey, it's a multi-build, and because we need to get this doorway open all the way, we're gonna go ahead and build on the right, which will allow us to spin to win and roll that all the way up for BB-8 to get through. Now we can go ahead and destroy that multi-build and build it up on the left-hand side now. Or maybe it's the up. Maybe there's a third one. No, it's just the left. And now we need BB-8 to access this, and it's another one of those astromech shape hack panels where we just got to match the shape. So simply press the stick left or right to rotate the outer ring and match the flashing piece. You can always see there's always that one piece that matches. So just match them up, and booyakashow. Look at that. Open the door. That's right. Open says me, or open says re. I guess that's if you read that funny. It's really Ray, but it kind of reads re. Now, there's a whole bunch of studs down here at the bottom of the basement, or not really a whole bunch, but a handful. We're going to go ahead and grab those and continue down the hallway, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. We actually have one of our first really, well, actually we get attacked by a couple of bad guys first. I think there's 2 different packs of 3 that come out. But we actually have to solve a puzzle now. So we have to butt slam and discover some bricks here that we can build up into... Ooh, look at that. It's a staff switch. So we'll go ahead and wait for the second wave of bad guys to come out. There they are. And hopefully we get a multiplier going and we can go ahead and get some studs. Ooh, we got a ×2. I'll take it. At this point, I'll take any multipliage I can get. And all right, clean up anything that's left in the area. Go ahead and insert your staff. And, okay, so let's talk about this real quick. We've got these switches. There's a statue on either side of the door. And basically what we need to do is make those statues look away from the door. Now, notice I switched them both to red, and I moved the old staff switch there, and nothing happened. So it's just kind of like a red light or a traffic signal. Red for stop, green for go. So we'll go ahead and activate both of these by jumping on them. And now each time you spin with the staff switch, it moves those statues a quarter turn. So in this case, we actually make one of them look sort of away, It's kind of looking, I don't know, at it again. It's not looking directly at it, but okay, so watch. We're going to spin it around again, and the right one is going to be looking away. Now, so that's correct, and you can see up above the doorway, it indicates by telling us that, hey, we've got a white light. We need to go ahead and wait. Don't move that bar, Ray. We need to deactivate the right side by making it red. Now we need to spin to win another, 2 times? No, I guess it's just one more time to go ahead and spin that statue and make it look away as well. And, oh, right, look at that. Now we find ourselves with a shock panel. BB-8, what are you doing, man? I guess he was just hanging out, huh? A couple more studs along our trail here, and we'll go ahead and balance in the yellow zone here, because we know the yellow zone is for balancing only. If that's terrible, let me know in the comments, and I won't continue that one. But for whatever reason, I find it mildly humorous. So anyhow, we find some more rats attacking us as soon as the door opens up. We'll go ahead and take those bad guys out. And, ooh, we got a ×3 multiplier going for taking those guys out quickly. And now we get all the way to the end of the hallway here, and we find all sorts of bits. And looks like some silver bricks behind some rubbish there. But we're going to keep on keeping on until we get into this new room here. Now, look at this. Tell me this doesn't feel like Tomb Raider or Uncharted right here. I mean, this is pretty awesome. I really enjoyed this. You know, I had somebody earlier today on one of the comments say they didn't like the Lego games because of the way they've evolved and the puzzles have gotten too hard. Now, if you were referring to this puzzle, I could understand that. But most of the puzzles are pretty repetitive and simple, if you ask me. But, you know, this one right here, this one was a little bit outside the box, and it's pretty sweet. If you know, you gotta. Anyways, we'll move on. You've asked me enough. I've asked myself enough. So we'll go ahead and slam both of the crates in the middle of the room. And the multi-build one closest towards the doors, we're going to build the left-hand side first. And it actually, as you can see, it reveals a staff switch, which we can put Ray's staff in and spin it around, which opens the door and reveals the first of 2 cogs. Because that's what we're doing here. We got to find these 2 cogs, and then the multi-build that we used for that staff switch actually gets built in the middle. So there's actually 3 possible builds for that one there. And so we're going to slam that one down, and now we're going to build it on the right-hand side. And this one's way over here. This one gives us a trampoline, or a boing, as we like to call it. And now this one gets really tricky. So you have to get Ray up on that first twirly pole and keep her twirling. And once you get up there, it actually tells you, switch characters, switch on over to BB-8 and get in that rotary panel and spin to win. That's right. Do your little burnout, your little BB-8 burnout here. And fill up that meter. And if you watch, Ray on that twirly pole spins all the way up, but it also lowers the secondary twirly pole, giving us access to it. So it's kind of a twofer situation there. Now this one I got super confused on. I'm actually crawling out on it, hanging that is, and I totally messed that up. I don't even know what to say there. I was thinking that we needed to spin with BB-8 again to flip that overhang back to make it just a wall climb, if that makes any sense. But it turns out that's not the case at all. I was right where I needed to be. Everything was just how it needed to be. But now I have to go in the old time machine here and go back in time. And look at this. I have to roll back down with BB-8, which will give me access with Ray to that first twirly pole. Then I have to switch back to BB-8 to get back up there. So my bad with this. This was just not a very good outcome on my end. So, all right, we've got the rock wall, and we can go ahead and climb up. And now, whoop, no, hey, little character snafu there. Let's see, look at this. Now, check this out. Now we need to switch back to BB-8. So I was right basically where I needed to be, and I should have just switched to BB-8, and it would have allowed me to lower those. But see, I was thinking they needed to flip, not lower, like flip up and become like wall climbing rather than, you know what I'm saying. All right, so we have officially made it all the way over to the left-hand side, and now we need to roll again. We need to roll it up with BB-8 and move that rock wall up top so we can access the rest of the rock wall. Switch back to Ray when it's up, and try not to fall. And now there's a series of handhelds that lead to a little ledge, and as long as you press the X button in that general direction, you should have no problem making those jumps. Once you get over there, slam the, I guess it's a gear, stacked up there, and rebuild it into another staff switch, and spin to win. And guess what? Guess what this does? This opens up the lower door right behind or below us on the left-hand side. It's a pretty cool little thing. It's like Mousetrap. And look at that. Open the door. Oh, there's a couple of bad guys and the cog we needed. So we are making good ground here. We'll go ahead and take both of these guys out. Cha, 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 cha. And all right, ×2. Now we can go ahead and butt slam that glowing box inside there and grab our cog and make our way to the main front side of the puzzle there and insert it where we can then do the multi-build and complete that and spin it all the way around. So here we go. Go ahead and insert the cog. And now we do a butt slam and rebuild. Yep, there we go. Check that out. And now it looks like we need some sort of a staff inserted into it, but no. Turns out we just need BB-8. Whoop. I saw that gold stud. I had to get it. Got to get them all. Got to get them all. Actually, I was still at this point thinking I needed somehow to insert my staff into that. But as it turns out, we just need to use BB-8 to spin to win until that pattern matches up. And once it does, we get a few words from both of them, and it actually takes us into a cutscene. So let's go ahead and check that out. We got to roll through the door, of course, first.
Quiet, girl. Quiet, girl. Hush now. Shush it. There's no place like home. 1/4 portion.
Ray?
What was that?
That lightsaber was Luke's, and his father's before him, and now it calls to you.
I have to get back to Jack.
Dear child, I see your eyes. The belonging you seek is not behind you. It is ahead. The saber. Take it.
I'm never touching that thing again. I don't want any part of this.
Today is the end of the Republic. This fierce machine which you have built, upon which we stand, will bring an end to the Senate. All remaining systems will bow to the First Order!
Booyakashow! Eyes of a man who wants to run. Trophy achievement is now ours. Level is complete, which unlocked Maz's Castle free play. And we did get a gold brick for completing the level, but fell short of getting the secondary gold brick for that True Jedi requirement. Now, no red brick and no mini kits for us in this particular level. Like I said, we'll come back in our free play for those. But we did get a couple of... Looks like we got 4 vehicle tokens. Maybe I had that noted wrong at the beginning. Maybe not. And anyways, we got a couple of character and a couple of vehicle tokens. We got a handful of unlocked as well, which is good because we'll be able to purchase those later after we stack up tons and tons of studs after we get all those red brick stud multipliers. But hey, continue story? All right, we'll do just that. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up with Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens Level 5 Maz's Castle Story. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it mildly entertaining and quite helpful. That's always the goal anyways. If you guys have any questions or comments or possibly a request, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, comment, vote, subscribe down below if you like what we got going on here. And of course, we got HappyThumbsGaming.com, which is the home of our product and gaming reviews, as well as our trophy achievement guides. In fact, we even have a trophy achievement guide for this game here. So shout out to Dougie Fresh 613, who is our residential guide writer. He's been writing guides for us for quite a few years now and does an excellent job, knows just what we need and how we want it. So thank you very much for all your hard work, Dougie. And if you haven't already, make sure you go check out some of those guides. Lots of written information. And hey, if you got a printer, you can print that stuff off, check it off as you go. Some find that a lot easier than just trying to watch a video. So anyhow, as for me, I got more audio to cut, more videos to record. So let's go ahead and get to it. As always, until next time.